Chinese President Xi Jin Ping is scheduled to visit 2 other countries next week following the Association of Southeast Asian Nations Summit in Singapore. Let's find out why from Rosalie Coz.
Chinese President Xi Jin Ping is set to pay his first state visit to Brunei and the Philippines from November 18 to 21, greatly promoting relations between China and the two countries, according to Chinese Vice Foreign Minister Kong Shan-yu. He says Brunei and China have kept close communication, including the visit of Brunei Sultan Hassan al-Bolkiah to China in September 2017 during the China-ASEAN Expo. With President Xi's approaching visit to Brunei, the two countries will be able to formulate a high-level design in their bilateral relations. For Xi's visit to the Philippines, Kong thanks the efforts of both sides. Relations between China and the Philippines have been strengthened and continue to improve. The two countries now have a rare opportunity for further development at bilateral and multilateral levels.
习近平主席此次对文莱的国事访问
The two countries now have a rare opportunity for development at bilateral and multilateral levels. First, political mutual trust between the two countries needs to continue to be enhanced. After President Duterte took office, the two presidents meet several times and reach a number of important agreements on upholding a friendly rapport between China and the Philippines, properly handling differences and working for common progress, and setting out a direction for the future development of bilateral relations.
给两国人民，特别是当地人民带来了实实在在的利益。
Secondly, the two countries have fully recovered cooperation in all fields. Last year, the bilateral trade volume between China and the Philippines surpassed $50 billion, with China being the Philippines' largest trading partner. Important progress has also been made in cooperation in infrastructure construction, according to Kong. Thirdly, the two sides have continued to properly handle issues related to the South China Sea through dialogue. They have effectively managed disputes at sea, actively advanced maritime cooperation, and have been jointly protecting the stability of the South China Sea, he added.
三是继续通过对话协商
Fourthly, the two countries have supported each other at regional and multilateral levels. Last year, the Philippines was the rotating chair of ASEAN, and this year it is the country coordinator for the ASEAN-China dialogue relations. The two sides have maintained sound communication and cooperation on China-ASEAN relations and cooperation in East Asia. They also have worked closely at the United Nations and other multilateral platforms to uphold the common interest of developing countries.
双方在联合国等多边场合密切协调配合，共同维护发展中国家利益。
He adds that President Xi will also make a new strategic plan for developing bilateral ties during his meeting with Philippine President Rodrigo Duterte. Budget Secretary Benjamin Jokno meanwhile says that China promised around $3 billion to finance the Duterte administration's infrastructure projects. This include the Philippine National South Railways project that aims to link Manila, Matnog, and Sorsogon. The project is expected to commence next year.
The visit of the head of state of China will put pressure on the speed of implementation of all these projects. So let's wait.
Rosalie Coz, UNTV, News and Rescue.